How's it going, everybody? My name is Danny. This review is for the movie called Escape Plan 2. Escape Plan 2. Years after Ray Breslin fought his way out of the escape proof prison called the Tomb, he's organized a new top notch, for hire security force. But when one of his team members goes missing inside a computerized techno terror battle maze known as Hades, Breslin, together with Trent DeRosa, must now decipher a way to break into the world's best hidden prison, release their kidnapped team, and make it out alive. This is a 2018 film. It runs 94 minutes. It is rated R, and it stars the two guys on the front, Stallone and Batista. I don't know how I said that. Batista? There we go. That's better. So, if you haven't seen the first one, you kind of need to. It's called Escape Plan. That movie was phenomenal. It really kind of changed my life. I thought it was really good. I thought it was one of the best movies that was original idea in a long time when I saw it. So, totally see the first one. See the first one. See the first one. This one is the obvious lower quality, kind of less important second one that usually happens in a trilogy. And I would say, with the making of this film, that they are very much begging for a third one. So don't be surprised if that comes along the way. Um, I really only have negative things to say about this film. Stallone was probably the best part of this movie. I kind of hate Bautista other than Guardians of the Galaxy, so I don't think he's done much of anything. Yeah, so I'm just gonna leave this alone as far as like I always try to say to people, movies that have this with fighters that are more fighters than actors, you're not gonna have a very good acting movie. And so I knew that going in, and I just wanted to let you know that most movies with people that are naturally not actors, the acting's just going to be worse. It just is. It's just how it is. So, as far as the movie goes, though, there was this crazy music playing the whole time, and it was just like annoying more than anything. Like, I know they were trying to set the mood, they were trying to make it go faster, they were trying to make you feel things that, this music was playing. You gotta, feel the tenseness, but it really didn't help anything, and it was just more annoying than anything. The sporadicness of this movie was like almost insane. It was jumpy, like I can deal with the timeline saying a year later, but everything else was like it was jumping from scene to scene. I couldn't really tell what was going on or who was involved, and it just got confusing after a while. I have to say this, and I'm very sorry, but the foreign people in this movie were very hard to understand. Not all the time, but most of the time, because I can tell that they're trying to make a cool movie here. It had a nice concept, I guess, but you got to get people that can at least pass off their English, to be understood. If you're not gonna have subtitles, which I'm really not okay reading subtitles, which I'm glad they didn't have many of those in this movie. But if people are gonna speak English, I'd like them to be able to speak English. Then we get into a little bit of a spoiler, but I don't really care. The bad guy in this movie was not really a bad guy, and he like was honestly like unbelievably stupid. Like, for running all these computers and having all this technology, he was like the stupidest bad guy I've ever seen. He just kind of stood in a room, and yeah, that has to play, I think, to the fact that this is a second movie, because he actually like for no reason, I guess. It almost felt like Saw, like they were kidnapping him. But they, for some reason, they brought Stallone into this whole situation of the prison. It's like, why would the freak name, why would you do that? Like, just when that happened, this movie lost me because you don't bring your biggest adversary that's trying to stop what you're doing into the situation. That's the stupidest thing. And whoever thought of that in this movie, it was the stupidest thing to think of. Along the way, this is supposed to be a prison. Excuse me. It's supposed to be a prison, and their concept is a fight a day. Okay, well, I told you the timeline seemed kind of screwed up and it was getting confusing and everything. They didn't have a fight every day. They didn't have two people fight every day, like one on one, and there weren't any fair fights. It just got pathetic. This is more like it's more like a Fight Club. I mean, it really was. I mean, it's like at least in death race movies, there are like, what, a million of those? At least in those movies, we knew it wasn't going to be fair, but the guy still had a chance to win. In this movie, it's like, okay, you're going to have the whole prison attack one or two or three guys. It's like, what's the point? It's not really a fight. So there's no way to win. There's no goal of winning apparent in the situation. So it's just not fun to watch. It's just not. I mean, I don't know who thought of this concept, but it wasn't fun to watch. And then once Stallone does get into the situation, they start figuring out, what to do and how they're going to get out of the situation. You know what's coming. It's predictable. They have all this stuff going on. It's like this guy that's supposed to be the bad guy, the head of the whole situation, he has like a million cameras. Like he can't tell what's going on. Like they look in their cells, they look in the free zone. I mean, come on. It's like, figure out what's going on and just figure it out. This is a ridiculous concept of a movie. And I'm going to say, that this doesn't feel like a prison. Like the first one was so phenomenal of an idea that, Stallone goes in, he gets arrested, he gets, his concept is to show you how your jail is able to get broken out of. Okay, challenge me. Let's see how it goes. There was that tug of war effect apparent in the first one. The second one was like, oh, we're going to create a thing that looks like a prison. We're going to put a bunch of technology in here. We're going to make it look like there's no one that can break out. But, there's no feeling of a system that needs breaking out of. It just feels like some evil guy is going to take all the guys from the first movie and put them in here and get the crap beaten out of them every day. And there's no tug of war there. It's no fun. So I will have to say, I think the third movie of this series will be kind of interesting because, like my favorite series, Resident Evil, the next one is when they get the big boss. And I think that's going to be an interesting situation to resolve. And I think that'll be a lot more fun to watch than the second one where they just dealt with this dummy. So I will see the third one. I just thought this one was completely stupid. And I'm going to give Escape Plan 2 a D. And if you need to watch it to say you've watched it for when they make the third one, that's fine. But I can't, advise seeing this because it was just so horrible. It was really insulting to my intelligence the whole time. And it just got worse. So, yeah. D for Escape Plan 2. My name's Danny. If you like this or any of my other videos, try and give some of them a watch. Like and subscribe to my channel if you would. And enjoy your movies, guys. Thanks.